Hey, what's up, family? What it do? What it do? Hey, welcome to Dictate the Day. This is your first time joining us. Get in here. And if you an OG day taker, yeah, you already know what time it is. We got some crazy stuff today, y'all. I'm telling you, it's Monday, and I just feel like the energy needs a little bit of, entertainment, something to get your mind fired up. And today, when I say crazy, look, I say that a lot, but man, some of this stuff's got me kind of worried. I got a PSA towards the end. I feel like some of this subject matter, I have to let it get lost in the sauce, as the kids say. I mean, I only get, a couple dozen views anyway, so I don't think it's like that big a deal. But some of this stuff, yo, oh my god. Okay, you know how I like to do it. I'm gonna bring us in with a little bit of vibe, if you will, just for a few seconds, nothing crazy. And on your mark, get set, let's go. All right. Sorry. That's how my mind sounds all the time. So all right. Legit, everybody. Like I said, I got some subject matter that I've kind of saved towards the end. Kind of went with space, alien, UFO kind of theme. I've sprinkled in some other subject matter to kind of switch it up. But yeah, without any further ado, let's just get into it, shall we? All right. Let me do like this right here. Bring in my split screens. I give this guy a shout out all the time, but I really love this guy. This is Casper Sight. Sorry. I don't know his real name per se. I doubt it's Casper, but let me show it to you, and then we're going to talk about it. Here we go.
The alien with a massive head, small nose, small mouth, big eyes, in like a jumpsuit, just looking around. And there are loads of people saying that this is real, loads of people saying that this is fake. So here's the video, and I want to go into a little bit of detail. But so here's Skinny Bob. Now, I remember seeing this ages ago. I'm thinking, wow, man, that looks absolutely so real. A lot of people are putting their hand on their heart and saying this is genuine. And it just does look so realistic. It looks so realistic. In this second, I'm going to show you the, I would say, pros and the cons regarding this Skinny Bob.
Man,
look at it. It's so weird, man.
You can almost see the muscle movements under the skin.
It almost looks childlike, right? That looks like, man. Just going back here, there, you would say like, well, that's a child, and then it just goes,
a scary
with
one.
a massive head. Look. So it looks like there is like some sort of zipper. It would have to be, because how are you going to get that bloody head through that?
Yeah.
And I'm not even being funny, but like even the stance is like, it's leaning more so on the right leg and the left leg slightly bent. It's almost like just chilling, you know?
It's got that pimp lean.
The alien with a massive head, small nose,
Okay.
small mouth, big eyes. In like
You know, I have seen this multiple times. I can't remember when, but I feel like I've seen this for at least over a decade, right? This one image. I wanted to put it up there because I haven't really done any kind of reacts to said, big head baby alien or whatever it is. But I'm kind of sticking with this theme today, and I know I keep setting this up, but if you stick around to the end, I promise it may be worth it. I think it is, for sure you're right, But I wanted to introduce with this, kind of funny, kind of legitimate. Man, the fact that it's black and white kind of helps sells it. As far as technology goes, everything from the AI to like computer generated graphics and holograms and all that stuff, we've recently seen it in our timeline, but who knows how long that's really been around. Hollywood effects. So like, granted, that could be this, or it could be legitimate. I don't know. Entertainment purposes only. A little bit of education, a little bit of something to get your mind rolling on a Monday. Mind rolling Mondays. All right, let's roll on to the next one. Let me bring up my Thank you, Casper Sight. And let's roll.
There's this 23-year-old kid named Rafael Perez, and he's out of this airport in Chimalacán, Mexico. And this kid, he's gonna fly on his own for the first time. So he takes off at 9:15 a.m. And right away he notices that it's very foggy. So he really has not really a good sense of where he is. He can't quite find the airport. And so he tries calling in with a radio. He doesn't really hear back from them. It's sort of garbled static. So he takes the yoke and he tries to bank the airplane left, but the airplane doesn't go left. It just continues flying in a straight line. The plane begins to climb, and he's not making the plane climb. The plane is climbing on its own. There was like this huge cloud that he was basically flying into. He can't see anything, and he passes out. He wakes up in the cockpit, has no idea how long he's been asleep for, but he's immediately shocked that, holy cow, I did not crash the plane. He also looks out the window, and there's no more mist or fog. It's actually just the open ocean underneath him. And he looks at his clock, and it says 11:30. Took off at 9:15. It's below 3 hours. The amount of time that has transpired that apparently I was asleep for is not enough time for me to arrive over any body of water. In addition to that, he looks at his gas gauge, and it's at 3/4 tank. And he knew that not only is that way too high, but he wouldn't have had enough gas to reach any water body. And as he's coming to like, what's happening here, somebody chimes in over the radio and goes, hey, are you there? And he grabs this radio and he's like, hey, I fell asleep in my plane. I don't know where I am. And the guy on the other end, he's like, hey, this is Carlos. Are you alone in your airplane? And Rafael's like, of course I'm alone. Where am I? And Carlos is like, listen, you're just off the coast of Acapulco. And for the last hour, you've been flying out over the water. He arrived off the coast of Acapulco now an hour earlier. It takes 3 hours to get there. He apparently did it in about an hour and 15 minutes. He lands at the airport in Acapulco. And as soon as he gets off, there's these people in suits that are there to meet him. And they immediately take him and they drive him to a hospital. They drug test him. He's not on drugs. And they also have a psychologist come in and they give him a profile, make sure he's sane. And she determines that he is. And so finally they say, okay, we're gonna tell you what happened. When you showed up off the coast of Acapulco, you showed up on the radar screen of who you were talking to. And he talked to you for an hour while you were out over the water, and it was recorded. And I'm gonna read to you the first thing that Rafael said to Carlos. The pilot is speaking, but not of his own free will. We are using him as a microphone. Your equipment is too primitive. It is not important who we are or where we come from, only that we are inhabitants of the same universe. For the next 30 to 45 minutes, the voice being projected through Rafael talked about humanity as the only intelligent species in the entire universe that uses warfare and conducts violence on each other, and you are poised for a nuclear holocaust, and you may be exterminated if this continues. And then at about 11:30, Rafael wakes up. No one has any idea how Rafael wound up over the coast, and the Mexican government quickly took this story, buried it, and now you can only access it in this obscure library in Mexico. There's this 23-year-old kid named...
Whoa. Okay. I thought that story was so awesome. Shout out to Mr. Ballin, and also to that dude that looks related to me, if you don't know who that is. For real though. Mr. Tom Segura. That's Mr. Ballin's new setup. He's like doing a story time kind of thing and bringing guests on and sharing stories. But it would I will suggest, if you got some free time today, check out that full video. More details. I think it's like 30 minutes long, something like that, 28 minutes long in its entirety. It is crazy all the steps that he had to go to corroborate this story. Like literally, he had like somebody on his research team or something have to go to Mexico to the library to, access this information because it's, like he said, it's been buried. That is crazy. Crazy. Very good stuff, though. Very good. Entertainment. All right, let's keep this show rolling.
So the CIA was interested in potentially tracking the activity of hybrids, human-alien hybrids in the United States.
That and going back in their lineage as well.
Their lineage.
Right, and going back in their ancestry.
Scary.
I don't know how they collected this DNA. We have oversight now, and that oversight started in the mid-'70s, congressional oversight. This sounded like it occurred before there was congressional oversight, because you couldn't do that today.
Yeah, no, it'd be illegal.
Yes, completely. So this may have occurred earlier.
Right.
That they were interested, and then when we developed in the 90s, we developed the ability to sequence the human genome completely. That may have furthered the investigation into the alien DNA.
Has there ever been, and feel free to answer this with a one-word answer, has there ever been a situation that you were in where you've gotten confirmation of the government's involvement with human-alien hybrids?
One word.
Yes.
So the CIA was interested.
I can't remember who the gentleman is that he's talking to, but he is was a government official in some, whatever. I just think it's crazy. And I feel like maybe my mind has been manipulated. But I have met people that kind of share that facial structure kind of thing. I don't know. There was like a little kid in school who was also like a blonde-headed chick in one of the schools I got moved around to. Strange. But I can barely remember it. What is that? Okay, I really want to get to the end of the meat of this. You know what I mean? Here we go. Enjoy.
So look, I'm not saying octopuses are aliens.
I totally
but
agree.
they are aliens.
I totally
Back in
agree.
2015, a bunch of scientists published a very real, very peer-reviewed paper suggesting that octopus DNA
I love them,
might
though.
come from space. Yeah, outer space, like meteor goo level space. The kind of space where X-Files plots are born and Jeff Goldblum saves the world. But not the Earth Girls Are Easy Goldblum. He's here for a different reason. You ever seen one of those unscrew a lid, solve a puzzle, escape a tank, just eat a crab, and go
Yes.
back like nothing happened? That sounds like something flew down on a meteor, not marine biology. They've got 3 hearts, blue blood, camouflage powers, and 0 bones. That's not a sea creature. That's a test model from Area 51 that accidentally slipped into the ocean. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. So look, I'm not saying octopus...
I just had a thought. You ever buy anything from IKEA and have to deal with the instructions? I can't remember what comedian said this at one point. He said that, those are scenarios for like, if you and your wife were trying to do this together, it's going to end in a divorce. I bet if you had an octopus, though, throw them instructions into his little, give him a waterproof pamphlet of the instructions and just let him do his damn thing, he'd probably make something better. Oh, I'm just saying. Love octopuses. I'm going to get a tattoo. I'm going to say it right now. Octopus. All right? All right. Let's go.
Have you guys seen the Doomsday map? They came out with a map that looks like this.
Oh, wow.
This is America. They do like the whole world, but this shot is of America. But this lady, her name is Peggy Bolton. She did some really fun research regarding the Doomsday map. She compared what this map looked like. She compared that to the land that Bill Gates has been buying. All the farmland. He is the majority farmland owner in the United States right now. She took the map of the farmland that he owns and overlaid it onto this Doomsday map. Every single dry land piece was occupied by his farmland.
Yeah.
Including California. So California is basically completely underwater.
Yeah.
But there's these little pockets of islands. You see those? That little one right there, that's one of his farmlands.
Yep.
Like that compared to like Zuckerberg. Oh, because on this doomsday map, Hawaii is completely fine. And she talked about how Jeff Bezos is also buying up farmland around the U.S. That all correlates with like these high points in America.
Yeah.
It's super creepy.
So we need to get a boat.
According to this map, we're good. We're almost at beachfront property, baby. Have you guys seen the doomsday map?
I'm gonna pause it right on that thing. I have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Intrigued by this map for a long time. You know, I've done videos on the polar shift and, you know, our continents being rearranged. And this is, in theory, entertainment, just for fun, what it would look like after the Earth settled. Whether it's, you know, Nibiru or whatever. Like I said, the pole shift, whatever it is. And it is rather ironic that, you know, the top tier richest dudes on this planet have purchased the land that would be left over. And, you know, maybe they know something we don't. Or maybe they're just checking the boxes just in case. Hey, I got this money. Let me go ahead and do this. It's funny, you know, Zucker, Mr. Facebook dude or whatever, Meta, has this thing in Hawaii that he, you know, underground, this, that, the other, huge. But from what I understand, Hawaii's not, you know, whatever. It's just a bad placement for survival after the whatever this is. Okay, let's keep it rolling.
All right, we're cooked.
Crazy.
Somewhere in a South Korean lab, a new form of life is taking shape. Encased in a shell of hydrophobic particles, this shape-shifting droplet is soft yet nearly indestructible. It survives high-impact drops, squeezes through impossible gaps, and glides over land and water without a sound. Controlled by ultrasound, it follows commands, precise, obedient, but always moving. Researchers believe it could navigate the human body, deliver medicine, or explore disaster zones. A machine born from technology. And this is only the beginning.
Why are they putting it in a drink? What?
Particle armored liquid robots. Squishy, smart, spooky. Have these guys never seen a sci-fi movie? I think we know how this script ends. What are your thoughts? Should we call it awesome or freaky?
For sure, you're right.
All right,
Freaky.
we're cooked.
Somewhere in a South Korean lab, a new
This is
form
what
of life
I'm
is taking shape. Encased in a shell of hydrophobic particles.
Look
This
at it.
shape-shifting droplet.
Okay, what if? Hypothetical, just for fun. What if AI, sentient, you know, evolution becomes a thing and can control this or is in this? The implications, my mind is just bubbling with like, dude, okay, let's just, for fun, let's paint a scenario. You're attempting to stay away from some outside threat. And that threat has this. And let's say you're barricaded in your home or your compound or whatever it is, right? And this thing, no matter how tight your door is sealed, can slip right in through that crack. You don't even know it's in there. It's completely quiet. It can lay flat. You just think it's some bubble gum you stepped on the ground, right? So you're not paying attention. And then, you know, you go to sleep, nighttime rolls around, and this thing up in your bed or whatever, up your nose, in your mouth or whatever. Now it's inside you. Man, like he said, everything from the Terminator movies to stuff like this, like, why would you make something like this? I mean, it's got some cool stuff for sure, but definitely needs to be controlled, supervised. I mean, and who knows what, if they're showing it to us, as we know, entertainment, it's it's way above this. It's like the technology has expounded. Like it's probably invisible or something now. You know how they do it. All right, next. Okay, at first I thought this was AI, but what? I think it's legit, yo. I just this was funny to me, so I'll put it up. I have such a fear of like big grizzly bears, and this fool is just having a blast. And I would just let him do this. Hey man, get off when you're done. Have a good night. Swear to God. Oh hell no. Alright, here we go.
You've heard of MK Ultra, but almost nobody talks about its darker sister project, MK Often.
This is way worse.
Declassified documents confirm the CIA was just experimenting with mind control. MK Often recruited sorcerers, psychics, and occultists to try to weaponize the paranormal. They tested ritual magic, remote viewing, even spirit channeling to gather intel and influence people's minds. And it wasn't just experiments. Insiders say some rituals worked too well and got shut down after unexplainable incidents. If this sounds crazy, look it up. MK Often is real, and if this is what they admitted, imagine what's still classified.
Oh,
You've heard of MK Ultra, but almost...
Alright. I know that the powers that be have been experimenting with all kinds of ways for more power, more control, more influence, because that's what they're about. What's crazy about this is they spent all this money, all this time, because they felt it merited that, because it had real implications and they believed. That's, man. Just saying. Welcome to the dark side. Nuts. If you can TikTok, Google, whatever this, YouTube it, whatever, and this thing is, it is nuts. It's nuts, y'all. Put your thoughts in some of them comments. I dare you. All right, let's go.
Is Baron Trump a time traveler?
I know I have put up probably 3 or 4 different versions of this, but I just feel like there is something legit going on here. Entertainment. Yeah, here we go again.
Will blow your mind. If you follow Elon Musk, you may have heard about an old book featuring a character named Elon travelling to Mars. But what if I told you that wasn't the strangest coincidence? Another book has surfaced, written in the late 19th century by Ingersoll Lockwood, titled The Baron Trump Collection. The similarities to today's Baron Trump are downright chilling. The collection follows a young aristocrat named Baron Trump, who embarks on bizarre adventures guided by a mentor named Don. In the book, he lives in Castle Trump, much like the towering empire that bears the family's name in New York. In 1896, Lockwood wrote The Last President, a novel describing the rise of a controversial political outsider who shakes the country to its core. The book details mass protests on Fifth Avenue, precisely where the Trump Tower stands today. The president in the book is supported by a character named Pence, just like Trump's real-life running mate. So many parallels, some believe these books aren't fiction at all, but evidence of a hidden truth, a glimpse into a timeline that has already been altered. Could Baron Trump, Elon Musk, and other key figures be connected to something far bigger than we realise? Is Baron Trump a time traveller? This will blow your mind.
I have spent some time. I still haven't purchased this book, but I really want to. I will, I promise. It just, the way it coincides and lines up with, it's almost too ironic, right? Is it something that they just threw at us to go, here you go, talk about this for a while? Man. And if so, how'd they go back in time? Man. All right, do with that what you will. Good luck. Let's keep it rolling.
Update on the...
Okay. We're here. I guess this video is not going to be very long today. It's probably better that way. I got things to do. I'm going to play these 2 videos, these 2 clips, just a few minutes long a piece, and then we're going to talk about it. And I would encourage you to type this into a search window anywhere. And then after you're done with that, type in the words Project Bluebeam. You normally don't even say that, but I feel like it's time. It's time. I don't even care. Yeah, I may be saving lives at this point. Kidding, maybe. Okay, let's go. Alien contact with humanity in 2025. Interstellar object. And this is from Harvard scientists, and here we go.
Interstellar object that could possibly be an alien threat, according to a Harvard professor. Here are some details that I've uncovered that you may not have thought about. And in my opinion, they are very interesting. So if you remember, the object is predicted to be here by November. Well, guess what? Baba Vanga, someone who predicted many events in history, also predicted that we would meet alien life in 2025. And according to Baba Vanga, this would happen at a sporting event. Now guess what is happening in November? Oh, look at that. The FIFA World Cup in Qatar is happening in November. Now this is also the woman that predicted the Queen falling. Also the guy with the very tall hat falling, and she also predicted the years at which it would happen, which was correct. She also predicted the fighting between R and U, and I'll just let you research the rest. Many people were saying that Harvard does not carry the same name as before, as they have become aligned with one side, if you understand what I'm saying. However, we have to remember that this was the chair of astronomy at Harvard, so this wasn't just a random professor or a random guy. And personally, that doesn't mean anything to me at all, but for a lot of regular people, it does. So what do you guys think? Will we be seeing alien contact with humanity in 2025? Update.
Okay, I'm gonna show another one of these just a second. And I thought you said that lady's name Baba Vangita. I'm just tripping. I don't know. I don't know why that stored my mind that way. But it's probably from the book. Yeah, whatever. And as far as like Nostradamus and this lady and predicting, and they got a bunch of stuff right. That's kind of whatever for me. But it is crazy how she predicted at a sporting event. And what's the most watched sporting, flavor? It's European style football. As we say here in the States, soccer. Kicking a soccer ball around. That would be the one. If you wanted to, this is how we're going to lead into the blue beam. If you wanted everyone to believe that some outside force, entertainment purposes only, was coming here, and now we need our overseers, the gov's help, this would be a way to convince us, especially on national television or international television, all over. Oh, man. All right, let's roll into the next one, and then I'll get a little deeper.
Date on the interstellar object that could...
Well, it's happening again. Remember Oumuamua back from 2017?
Yes.
Yeah, that interstellar object that we still don't know exactly what it was before it accelerated out of our solar system under its own power, which led certain scientists to suggest that it may have been some sort of alien probe. And now we've got a new visitor that's even more mysterious, an object called 3I Atlas. And this is the third object ever that's been observed like this, with Oumuamua being the first. It was discovered on July 1st, and it'll reach its closest point to Earth in October. Officially, astronomers think this is just a comet, but according to the data, this thing could be up to 12 miles across, which is much larger than an interstellar comet should be. And there are some other anomalies about this object that Harvard physicist Avi Loeb has pointed out, which has led him to suggest the possibility of this being some sort of alien tech visiting us. Currently, this object shows little to no spectral signs of cometary features like a tail, which should be present at this point with its current distance from the sun. It's also moving at almost 140,000 miles per hour on a seemingly intentional and very close trajectory towards Jupiter, Mars, Earth, and Venus, almost like it could be scanning the inner planets, and the odds of that being a natural occurrence are apparently pretty low. Its brightness also suggests that it might not be made of rock and ice like a comet usually is. It could be made of something else, which some speculate could be an artificial material. 3I Atlas is also coming in at a retrograde orbit within 5 degrees of Earth's orbital plane, which apparently only has a 0.2% chance of happening naturally. And the kicker is, when 3I Atlas is at its closest point to Earth on October 29th of this year, we won't even be able to see it because it's going to be hiding behind the sun, which would be a perfect place for some kind of alien probe or craft to hide away from our telescopes and satellites for us to get a really good look at it. Kind of suspicious if you ask me. Now, it seems more than likely that this is just a comet after all. Even Avi Loeb says that the data implies that, but it'll be interesting to see what happens as this object gets closer to Earth. Well, it's happening again.
I hope it's just a nothing burger. I don't even know why I said that. I hate that. But you know what I mean. Oh my goodness. Okay, I just want to say a couple things about this. This is my PSA. How should I begin? Okay. You know how they always, when I say they, the gov, they wait to the last minute to tell us, or, you know, it's all about some form of control, and so they don't want us to panic, so they don't tell us, so we keep spending and arguing and fearing and just, you know, whatever. Why would they tell us already? This is something that if we get more and more signs of this, I'm going to do more videos for sure, but it's going to create some type of oh shit moment for our planet, right? And people are going to start misbehaving because they think, oh, the future's, you know, not so bright or whatever. It's just weird that they would bring it to our attention in this way. You know what I mean? And if you know anything about the Project Bluebeam, I've always been so careful not saying those words, but I don't care. I'm going to sum it up, and if you want more detail, please do your due diligence. Check it out. There is millions of vids on this, but it's basically, it's a hustle. It's a projection in the atmosphere of basically an alien invasion, right? Well, it kind of sounds like it's being set up because they're telling us about it. And there is supposed to be some form of savior that rolls through and saves us from this demise. And then the root of all this is to do away with our religions and focus now on this savior that has come. And that then leads to, now we owe everything to this person, and this is our new savior. Quote unquote Antichrist, you know, whatever. Entertainment. I don't necessarily believe any of this, but you know what my fundamental belief is if you know something, let me know and make my own decisions. Yeah. All right. Just fun stuff. This ain't, I'm not trying to scare you out of your pantalones on Monday, but definitely something to give some thought, maybe some research to, if it has intrigued you. And I hope it has, because the more minds on this, the more rationale, maybe we can get to the bottom of it. Maybe we can expose it before it happens, and they got to do something else. I don't know. All right, y'all. It's Monday. It's the 28th. It's a good day. Do your research on the number 28. Plus, Powerball. It's big. It's tonight, and I'm so sorry, but I've already won. Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and dip. I got stuff to do. Plus, this room, I'm sweating in this room right now. It is so hot with the lights and the whatnot. Let me do something here. Let me see if I can. Oh, there. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. As always, Dick's going to dip. I'll see you on the flip. Thank you for hanging out. I might even try to put one of these up tomorrow. It could be Wednesday. We'll see what kind of time constraints I'm dealing with. I thank you if you've made it this far. Hell to the yeah, y'all. Much love. I know Mondays can be a little sometimes for people. I always try to encourage you no matter what. It's a day to be taken. The channels dictate the day. I'm Dick. Take your day. And I'll go ahead and give you my moniker. Spread your love, share your knowledge, and this will assist you in taking your day. I hope I gave you a little salt and pepper on your day so you can enjoy it a little bit more, a little entertainment. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to play a little music as we do, and I'll see you next time. Much love, everybody.